Всем привет. Можно чуть тоже погромче. Вот так вот. Итак, сегодня я делаю destination и 9, вот домашку, 9, 10, наверное, в другой день. Дальше прохожу 2 домашки по collocations, словосочетания, да, соответственно, тут job, work, career, job adverts и things you might do at work. Вот. И получается фразовый глагол is make. Make up something, make for somewhere, make out someone or something, make out someone, make out something. It equals understand something, especially why something has happened, up something, make up something, make something up, invent something, a story or a game, make up something, say or write something that is not true it in order to deceive. Make up for something, provide something good in order to make a bad situation better, and make it up to do something good for someone who you have done something bad to in the past, or to someone who has done something good for you. The wonderful food in the restaurant made up for the rather uncomfortable seats. I forgot Abigail's birthday yesterday, so I'll have to take her somewhere nice to make it up to her. И получается, хочу составить диалоги по образцу. Вот я прошел 9 урок грамматики, да, степени сравнения тут, превосходные всякие степени, наречий, там, существительными, с числительными, с глаголами, особенности употребления некоторых прилагательных, наречия тан и таль, а также аси, некоторые типы эмфазы, си ке, pero que, lo vieja que se está casa, lo cansado que estoy, и ponerse инфинитиво, то есть это у нас приниматься что-то делать cuando vas a ponerte a estudiar, когда ты собираешься приниматься за учебу, да, вот здесь vas собираться, намереваться, когда ты примешься за учебу, cuando vas a ponerte a estudiar, al oírlo él se pone a gritar, услышав это, он принимается кричать, начинает. И ponerse плюс прилагательное, это становится каким-либо. Вот. Это не все. Также у меня здесь есть, меня ждет 2 темки по японскому. Это то и надин. И га нара мо да. Вот. Дальше я по японскому сегодня не буду. Здесь меня еще ожидает то и вазы потом. Но это на потом. И плюс ко всему здесь меня ожидает корейская грамматика. Сейчас прочитаю, как она. Ль-каба означает, используется за тем, чтобы показать, что говорящий опасался или опасается чего-то. О чем идет речь в первой части предложения, именно поэтому предпринял или в данный момент предпринимать действие, описанное во второй части предложения. Бода в лькабуа означает думать или предполагать что-то. Данная конструкция также употребляется в форме лькабуаса. Буасо, да? Вот это вот сегодня пройду. Домашку по этой теме сегодня не буду, как я это всегда делаю. Я прохожу тему, а домашку по теме я прохожу уже в другой день, ну, это что касается корейского, допустим. Ну, по крайней мере, я стараюсь так делать. Ну, вообще, у меня так по всем темам, по всем языкам, которыми я занимаюсь, я домашнее задание делаю не в тот же день, когда прохожу тему, за тем, чтобы, ну, как бы, чуть-чуть улеглось все это дело. Ну, начну я с домашнего задания, да, с проверки 10-го юнита. А вот здесь 10-й юнит касается вокабуляра непосредственно. Здесь у нас topic vocabulary in contrast. Это, ну, типа, слова, которые похожи друг на друга, но при этом у них различные значения касательно контекста, то есть они в разных контекстах используются. Также здесь фразовые глаголы, также фразы и словосочетания, но глагольные паттерны, то есть типа какие предлоги используются после глаголов, каким образом и тому подобное. И формация слов, то есть вот у нас есть able, да, быть способным что-то сделать, и unable, inability, disabled, disability. Да, disabled это у нас нетрудоспособный, disability это неспособность что-то, да, ведь что там disability, буквально вчера это проходил. Да, инвалидность, disability, и ability, и inability это способность и неспособность соответственно. Вот. Сейчас я сразу же пропишу 10 B 4 Так, ну погнали, да? Choose the correct answer. Everyone said they had enjoyed themselves. Enjoy. Первое A. Mary seems to go out with a different company of friends, group of friends. Mary seems to go out with a different company of friends almost every night. Я буду считать, что здесь company больше подходит. People can become very when they are stuck in traffic for a long time. First, bad-tempered. Нетерпеливая, да? More and more people are living into old age and it's a serious social problem. Stephanie seems to be very likable. Я буду считать, что A подходит must. Ordinary people. When my parents got divorced, my best friend was very sympathetic and listened to all my problems. Rita's very and easily gets upset when people criticize her. Sensible or sensitive? Так, sensitive. Sensitive, по-моему, sensible это другое. Sensitive B. Police were called when the crowd of people. The A. My dad says he once met Robbie Williams when he was still unknown. A. Infamous. Still infamous. Ну, здесь unknown тоже используется. Circle the correct word. These days, many parents find it difficult to support a large family. Support. Forgetting to thank us for dinner is typical. Typical of George. My grandma doesn't have any close family her own age left. Near. Doesn't have any near family her own close. In ancient times, people had a very different view of the word. Ancient. Who was to blame for the argument? Blame. Don't you know it's kind close your mouth. Polite. Nathan's parents were very pleased when they saw him in the school play. Pleased. I have a very good relationship with my mother. Complete using the words from the box. You need to use one word twice. Some of us seem to be infinitely kind, while others seem to look down. To look down on everyone around them. Some of us never forget an argument, while others put down, criticize, pick on, keep ratings, become older. Have an argument with and stop being friends. Fall out. Make up, become friends. Okay. Some of us never forget an argument, while others may make up and forgive easily. As we grow up, our personality develops, and we find that we get on, have a good relationship, get on. And we find that we get on with a certain people more than others. Who we are seems to have large genetic element, but is also influenced by those who mm, bring us up. Mhm. Brings up, but is also influenced by those who brings us up. If we to our parents or other family members, we may want to be like them. If we we want. Okay, это look up. If we look up to our parents or other family members, okay, members, we may want to be like them. On the other hand, if our parents seem to здесь, по-моему, везде put, использую pick on, put down. On the other hand, if our parents seem to put us down all the time, we make out. Нет? Fall out. Ну, здесь, возможно, я где-то ошибся. Ну, что ж. We fall out with them a lot, then perhaps we will develop quite different personalities. Write a phrasal verb in the correct form to replace the words in italics. Add any other words you need. The doctor said that the old woman had passed away peacefully, away peacefully in her sleep. I always support my brother when he gets into trouble. Stand up for. Support in an argument or fight. Stand up for. I always stand up for my brother when he gets into trouble. Stand up for. Tony seems to have really fallen in love with seems to have really fallen for Vanessa. Mark is such a bully and treats badly Я только что смотрел, но я забыл уже. Picon. Mark is such a bully and treats Picon the younger. Treats badly and picks on the younger boys at school. I was surprised. I was I was taken I was took aback. I was took aback when Michaela said I'd hurt her feelings. Richard finally met the woman of his dreams and got married and started to live quietly in Australia and settled it down, in Australia. I saw Miss Can in the center of town and she asked for news about and she asked after right right and she asked after you. The doctor said that the old woman had passed away. I always stand up for my brother. Tony seems to have really fallen for Vanessa. Mark is such a bully and picks on the younger boys. I was surprised. I was taken aback when Michaela said I'd hurt her feelings. Richard finally met the woman of his dreams and got settled down in Australia. I saw Mrs. Can in the center of town and she asked after you. Okay, E. Could you give me a favor? Could you give me a favor and ask Oliver to see me in my office? I don't have many ambitions, but I'd like to graduate and then create a family, make a family, start a family, maybe start. Это не туда. Give start. As we walked down the street, Helen was pity on the big guy and gave him some money. Helen pity. Felt pity for. No, pity on. Took pity. Took pity on the beggar and gave him some money. Nadia's hair looked awful, but I didn't the courage to tell her, but I didn't had courage. But I didn't have the courage to tell her. But I didn't have. My dad can't stand an argument. Has lose. My dad can't stand losing an argument and always has to have the last word. Can't stand having an argument. Я думаю, что losing, потому что having он не может, если having he can't stand having an argument, то это бессмыслица, потому что он должен закончить своим последним словом, да, то есть у него должно быть последнее слово, да, в ссоре в какой-то, но вот если он проигрывает в этой ссоре, то он должен закончить последним словом, тогда имеет смысл. The new law seemed to, with everyone's approval, approve, show, we show my approval of, meet with somebody, meet. The new law seemed to meet with everyone's approval, meet. Can you take care of your little sister for a minute while I go to the shop? Take. I would say take. Can you take off, right? Off. Can you take? When you first fall, when you first, the whole words, when you first fall in love, the whole world seems a beautiful place. I don't really make friends very easily because I'm quite shy. Make friends. I didn't recognize it when I saw him because he was disguised. Он был под прикрытием because he was in disguise. Так. You are in a very good mood. Why are you so happy? If you keep breaking your promises, people won't trust you anymore. Promise. Break your. If you keep breaking, I find. I had a really strange dream last night about my bed. Have a dream, right? I had a really strange dream last night about my best friend. The government is trying to convince people that they convince that. Я бы сказал, что that. I believe that judges should be independent from local residents, object to have the new power station in their area. I would say object to have, может быть to having. Object to having, okay. Object to having. D. Do you think they should ban people of smoking in public places? D. The MP asked if the Prime Minister was aware of the growing social problem. If most people seem to agree with the newspaper's criticism of the government. Agree with the C. I don't think people should rely on the state, even if they are unemployed. The mayor was attacked public money attacked for something for wasting. A. G. Hell, said John Paul Starter, Is other people Ну, я думаю, что первое people. Второе are. We all have to learn to live together. We may not always approve that other people of the other people's behavior. Approve of. But we do have to live with it. It is impossible to force other people to behave exactly how we think they should behave. Of course, the law bans all kinds of behavior from неподходит, and if you can convince enough people, тут не должно быть, you might be able to get the government to pass a new law. Must live, though you have to let people live. Off не подходит, вообще не понятно зачем. Let people live their own lives in the same way you expect them to allow you to live. For не подходит. Your life, you don't have to pretend that you like how some other people live, but letting them to be themselves is often the only choice. To be themselves. Let be. To не должно. Use the word given. I had a really stupid argument with my best friend the other day. It all started because we were talking about marriage and having a family. I said that politeness is important when you are married. Politeness is important when you are married, and she said that she thought that was rubbish and that kindness is much more important. Well, we were unable to agree, and in the end she left without saying goodbye. I do hope it doesn't spoil our friendship. Complete the sentences by changing the form of the word in capitals when this is necessary. My best friend has a great personality and everyone likes her. Personality. I have a good relationship with my mom. And I can talk to her about anything. They've just published a book of George Bush correspondence, and it looks really interesting. Correspondence. Jenny seemed to talk about it, but I eventually got the facts. Seemed unwilling to talk about her argument with Nancy, but I eventually got the facts. As I waited for Kelly to arrive at the cinema, I bit my nails. Nervously По-моему, так, либо nervously. I ignore what Sharon says about you. It's just jealousness. Jealousness. In the past, children were expected to be very very obey, disobey, be very disobey. And Brenda blames her unhappiness on being single, but I'm not so sure. Tom knew that being chosen as class president was a real achievement. Kevin's so sensitive that you have to be very careful. What do you say to him? Ну да. Так, 66. Потом вернусь. Потом 190. А, нет, там 200 что-то. И неправильно B. Это D, что B, C, B, A. Support, typical, close, ancient, blame, polite, pleased. Relationship, look, make, grow, get, bring, look, put, fall. Passed away, stand up for, fallen for, peaks on, taken back, taken, почему это? Taken back, settled down, asked after, do, have start, took, have losing, meet, take, fall, make, in mood, breaking head, F, B, D, A, C, C, A, with R, that, in, from, to, off, for, it, argument, marriage, politeness, kindness, unable, friendship, personality, relationship, correspondence, unwilling, nervously, jealousy, obedient, careful, okay. Group, хорошо. Friends. Popular, хорошо. Convince that, хорошо. From B, хорошо. Четвертое A, а не D. Did I know buying from? Ага, хорошо. Так, с этим завершили на данный момент. Окей. Так. Complete the sentences with work, job or career. I took on too much work last month and couldn't finish it all. At the peak of her career, she was managing a sales force of 200 people. Daniel Robertson's job in education lasted almost 4 decades. Career in okay. I have a very demanding job, but I enjoy it nonetheless. At the moment, we are carrying out work on the design of the new stadium. The scandal ruined his career and he never worked in the stock market again. I'm going to apply for a job in a supermarket. She had a long and brilliant career in show business. At 20, she got her first steady job in a small regional theater, but it was in 1980 that her work really took off when really took off when she was offered a part in a TV series. Look at this job advert, then look at this short list of candidates below. Rank them in order of suitability for the job, from one most suitable to 3 least suitable, and give your reasons. The Carlson Group marketing manager. The Carlson Group is looking for a marketing manager with the relevant qualifications and at least 5 years experience in sales and marketing. A competitive salary and generous benefits are available for the right candidate. You must have a good knowledge of current markets, be available to start work at short notice, and must be a good team player. This is a high-powered and fulfilling job for anyone wishing to embark on a career in senior management. The company wishes to fill the vacancy immediately. Kevin не подходит. Worked in a 7 years. Degree in business used as the Notice, что там? Okay. Match the beginning of each sentence on the left with its ending on the right. She has said. We are making preparation. Еще раз перечитаю. Bella has a job as a PA. Basically, her role is to take charge of her boss, who is not a very organized person, and make sure nothing goes wrong. She makes appointments for her boss and she makes sure he keeps his appointments. She spends a lot of time answering the phone and fielding telephone calls on his behalf. When her boss has to travel, uh, sure. She makes the reservations for him. When her boss has to give a presentation, she makes all the preparations that are required, including making photocopies of any papers that he needs. She arranges meetings for him and she takes the minutes at the meetings. Bella is a very well organized person. She keeps a record of everything she does at work and sets herself targets. She does her best to achieve her goals. Every morning she makes a list of everything she needs to do. Today the first thing on her list is hand in my notice, but she's not going to take early retirement. She's got a new job where she will be the boss and will have her own PA. She has set some difficult targets for us all. We are making preparation, making my, we are making preparations for the sales conference. I always keep my appointments. Takes the minutes. Keep a record. Set. Making. Will take the minutes of the meeting. I have to give my phone a presentation to my colleagues. He never achieved his goals in his career. He failed it. Okay. Kika started out in a dead-end job in a job. What do the collocations involved in below mean? In dead-end job, job without any perspective. In a jam factory, but she ended up with a glittering career on the stage, a career spanning 5 decades. She's quite at the same stage acting. Acting may not be a particularly lucrative job, but it has to be one of the most rewarding jobs in the world. Read these comments by different people and then answer the questions below by writing the correct name in the box. I can't make out what she's saying, can you? Who can't understand Нет? Who wanted to restore Нет? Who said something good, had made no? Who read something that was not true? Theo, I don't understand what she's saying. I just can't make him out at all. Can you? Make him out. Marta can't understand his behavior. I treated her a bit insensitively at the party, so I gave her a present to make up for it. Make it up, right? Lars wanted to restore damage to a relationship. I made up a story about losing my wallet, so he paid the bill for me. Logan invented something that was not true. I loved the trip, the beautiful scenery made up for the awful roads. Um, as soon as we had checked in at the hotel, we made straight at the bench at the beach. We made four at the beach. She made up some story about the bus being late, but I'm sure she just overslept. Why the camera was not working properly could not be made be made be made up. Harry is very good at marketing over stories for the children. Making up stories for the children. They love his tales. Can you make what that white thing on? Can you make what that white thing out the horizon is? Can you make out what the white thing on the horizon is? The report is made of three sections up. Made up of three sections. Окей. Надо будет отдохнуть потом. Наверное, темку сейчас пройду по японскому. Так, японские книги. Так, это отходит сюда. Парная конструкция то и им. Так, это будет здесь. Так. Сегодня действительно можно Times New Roman выбрать, если он есть. Он мне больше нравится. И 12. Так, сейчас, секунду. Так, то и. То и. Мейси плюс то и. Значение особенности. Парная конструкция. То и. Присоединяется непосредственно к существительным. Парная конструкция то и используется для высказывания своей субъективной оценки. Сейчас, секунду. Так, используется для высказывания своей субъективной оценки чего-либо, а в основном используется в речи о людях и вещах путем приведения двух примеров. Получаемая по смыслу конструкция близка конструкциям мо, то есть и, а также но, тен, мо, но, тен, му. То есть и в этом плане, и в том. Но тен мо. Да, то есть мо, то и но тен мо. Ништемо. То есть даже для что-то и так далее. То есть что-то, и в этом плане, и в том плане, то и. 性能といい、дизайн то и この機種は素晴らしい. Что по функционалу, что по дизайну, эта модель великолепна. И еще много почему. Но это как примеры того, в чем данная модель хороша. 性能といい、дизайн то и この機種は素晴らしい. Что по функционалу, что по дизайну эта модель великолепна. И еще много по чему. Вот так. То есть не слитно, а именно по чему. Сейдика то и политик. Кандио то и чиновник. Сайкин ошоку га окуте гаккари да. Я расстроен тем, что в последнее время много коррупции, как среди политиков, так и среди бюрократов. Это, если что, не мое мнение, да, ничего не высказывал, естественно. Это 73-я страница, японский язык Ильин. Это просто в качестве примера, да? Я расстроен тем, что в последнее время много коррупции как среди политиков, так и среди бюрократов. Дословно, что в плане политиков, что в плане бюрократов. При этом есть несколько особенностей. Первое. Аналогично перечислением с тари, либо дари, или я подразумевается наличие других явлений или качеств из того же ряда, помимо непосредственно перечисленных. Второе. Возможно использование в предложениях с негативной окраской. Каре ва табеката то ii, номиката то ii, китанасу, йогосугите, еще не шокуджи штеру, то кибун га вараку нару. У меня настроение портится, когда я ем вместе с ним, потому что очень все грязно, что то, как он есть, что то, как он пьет. И еще много других неприятных качеств или действий. Карева табеката то ii, номиката то ii, йогосу, по-моему, или... Сейчас надо загуглить. Угу. Китанас гите тоже подходит. Китанас гите еще не щекузистеру, то кибун гаварк нар. То есть у меня ухудшается настроение, да, портится настроение, когда я ем вместе с ним, потому что очень все грязно. Что то, как он есть, что то, как он пьет. Карива табеката то ii, номиката то ii, китанасугите, ишони шокуджи штеру то кибун га вараку нару. У меня настроение портится, когда я ем вместе с ним, потому что очень все грязно. Что то, как он ест, что то, как он пьет. И еще много других неприятных качеств или действий. И примеры. Мусуме но Акико то ii, Мичико то ii, аташи no hanashi o mattaku kiite kurenai. Что дочь... кстати, это нужно бы загуглить и перевести. Что дочь Акико, что дочь Митико, они... То, что я им говорил, вообще не слушают. Мусуме но Акико тои, Митико тои, ваташи но ханаши о маттаку киите куренай.ガイドは名所知識といい言葉遣いといい Секяку тайдо га маттаку дамеда. Как знание, как знание названий мест, как построение предложений, секяку это непосредственно взаимодействие, прием посетителей, поведение приема посетителей, ну, оно просто отвратительно. Счетчики. Ну, не о знаменитых местах. Угу. Гайдо ва мейшо чишики то ii, котоба дзикай то ii, секяку тайдо га, секяку тайдо га маттаку дамеда. Тоже подойдет. Сайкин ва AIといい、5G といい、技術の進歩がРуси значительно знамениты. Угу. Значительный прогресс в плане технологий, что касается искусственного интеллекта, что касается вышек 5G. Да? Сайкинова AI то и 5G то и 技術の進歩が著しい。私の彼女は外見といい、中身といい、文句のつけようがない。У моей девушки хорошая внешность. Что касается внешности, что касается ее внутренних качеств, нет никаких, вот у меня вообще никаких нет нареканий, я не могу жаловаться. Ваташи но каноджо ва гайкен то ii, наками то ii, монку но цукеё гаない。息子といい、娘といい、遊んでばかりで全然勉強しない。お仕事、お仕置きの時間がようやく来る。お仕置き。Наказание. Ну, это архаичное слово, поэтому я его на диканга йоуяку кыра придет. Йоуяку это в конце концов, да, по-моему. В конце концов, этим будет наказание моему сыну, что касается моего сына, моей дочери. Они вообще не учатся и только делают, что играют. Наказание в конце концов прибудет, если они не одумаются, да? Мускотои, мусуме тои, асонде бакари де, зен бенкё синай. Осиокиの時間がようやく来る。И вот здесь вот. И пойду-ка я отдыхать на данный момент. Вот. Потом, может быть, часов 2, может быть, 3. Всем пока.